Hi guys, welcome back to another P3D version 5 video. We are today flying the FeelThere ERJ135 and we're flying for the virtual airline called Atlantic Sun Airways, which we have featured a couple times on this channel, and and in conjunction with the ERJ135, since I'm basically stuck on flying either it or the CRJ or actually the ATR. I finally got to make a livery on the Coronado ATR, so I'm probably going to switch to that after this flight whenever I fly with Atlantic Sun. But working my way towards the, let's say, bigger jets. So I think the next stage after you've flown like 50 hours, you get to fly the Airbus A320, etc. Or no, actually no, I think it's like the A319, and then after that you get the A320, and then you get the really big ones. So it's a lot of steps, but we're making it shortly and or slow and carefully. And I'm actually just gonna set up our pack X so we get the boarding started. We're gonna do the same in GSX, but I'm just quickly gonna set it up here. The entered arrival, yeah, I wrote it by mistake wrongly. So we're flying from Aalborg, so we're in Denmark, northern Denmark, specifically on the half island of Jutland, or what is it, like a peninsula, I think. Is that what it's called? Peninsula, that's the name. That's the name of it. Let's get back to Pack X. Peninsula. Jutland. Okay, let's see. We're gonna put... I don't think we have a lot of packs. Now I just need to find the amount of passenger. We have 33. Well, let's put 33. That's gonna be a quick boarding. And we just need to put it in. It's gonna take a bit of time. I just need to put in the boarding music and see if I have anything for Atlantic. I don't seem, so we'll just do generic. Did I have a safety brief? Let's have a look. Atlantic Sun Airways. Yeah. And then we'll start. And as you can see, we're using the volumetric clouds. Let me see, I think it's the Active Sky. Yeah, the Active Sky CFG file. Or I guess they don't have their own. I guess they tweaked the Lockheed Martin one. But you can choose in the Active Sky option if you want to kind of have your own cloud metrics, or whatever you want to call that. We want to request boarding. I'm going to jump in as well. We don't need to touch the pushback tug. We have all of our stuff. In terms of the airport, this is the Siminord Aalborg. I think they were called something else back in the day, but it's a pretty decent one. I think their airports are, I would say, pretty good. I mean, in the sense that they kind of cover all of Denmark, they have done pretty good work. I really like Billund, but this one is pretty damn good also. Just not a lot of traffic here. I think there was a KLM, but it might have departed already. So let me see, I'm gonna jump into the cockpit and we're just gonna do everything step by step. Let's see, so battery, auto.
Okay.
Let me see, I think we also need to do those. And that, yeah. So that should give us the power we need. We're gonna put on the fuel pumps already, just so I don't forget. The nav lights, we'll arm the emergency light. You can remove those so it's ready for when we are ready. I'll do the electrical pumps on auto. And let me see, is there anything else? Don't think so. I think that should cover most of it. Let's close those for now. We can check. Yeah, we have the landing lights beneath that one. So basically what you just need to do is first do, and I'm gonna import from SimBrief as a first step. It did not load the arrival star, which is the LTOC 2H. Don't seem to have that anymore though, so maybe it's the 3N. It's because it's the wrong runway actually. So we're taking off from 26 right, but then we're landing at 19. There we go, 2H. We'll load that. We'll do the ILS with vectoring. And that should be sufficient. Okay, what else? We don't have any SID. We have the right cruising altitude. Let me just check ERJ145, that's basically the same. I'm just interested in checking the specification in terms of cruising. Maximum cruise is at 37. Okay, good. So we can validate, we can file, we can activate the approach. So we're not going to get a change on that. At least I don't think so. And we can connect to the sim. You can see our flight. It's not a long one. It's going to take around 1 hour. Whilst we wait for that, I'll also check that the ESSA cars is on. Okay, the A-car system for Atlantic Sun, it's on.
Local winds are 247 at 12 knots.
And then
visibility
position
6
in
miles.
it.
3,900
Last position. We're flying
Temperature
to
18,
ESSA.
dew point 11. Current QNH is 1016. Arriving and departing runway 26 right,
switch
26
the
left.
80s for now. We can check the departure one. That's gonna be 26 right, yeah. So let's get that selected.
We're ready to go when you are.
And then after 26 right, we are gonna be flying, and I'm gonna just quickly have a look at our flight plan. We're flying direct to all, then direct to Detso, and 873 to ARS. Okay, and after ARS we have T317. Oh, sorry, no. T317 dot LTOC. There we go. Let me see. Here we go. Arrival. So we can select the star, Delta 2H, runway 2. We can select the approach, ILS 26. We're not doing anything in terms of vector or in terms of getting a direct. So we'll have a discontinuity. That's fine. We're counting on it. And then, yeah, that should do. One thing we do need though is to load our aircraft, and we'll have to do it the good old-fashioned way, aka loading it manually. So we should be at around 5487, so we need a bit more than 45. So 5487, 48. I think 49 will get us closer. Yeah. Gross weight is 38.3. We want to be at takeoff weight 38.9. So we want to go up a bit. Now we're at 38.8 and we're gonna do 39. Performance in it, we can check here. It's looking generally fine. In terms of cruise altitude, we can put that in. And then we can put in the cruising winds. So 284 at 38. And our dew point is +3 at, and this is at altitude. I'm gonna put in the cruising one. Okay, and then fuel. So we have the gauge. And then we need to put the weight. I'm trying to think, we are at, if we do 40 packs, what do we get? Oh, that was an invalid one. Okay, if we do less, 33. Okay, let's see if we do. So now we're at 39.8 and we're more at around 38. Or sorry, 38.9. So we want to get down a bit. I think the way to do it was just decreasing this one. We can do something like this. Let me just check this data. It's looking fine. Takeoff. Now we might want to listen to the 80s actually.
And departing runway 26 right, 26 left. Aalborg Airport information Charlie. 650 local winds are 257 at 9 knots. Visibility 6 miles. 4,500 broken. Temperature 17, dew point 11.
17.
Current QNH is 1016.
101.
Arriving and departing runway 26 right, 26 left.
And it's down here, so 101.
Aalborg Airport information Charlie. 650 local winds are 257 at 9 knots.
Was it 1016?
Visibility 6 miles.
Yeah, 1016.
4,500 broken. Temperature 17, dew point 11.
Okay, let's jump to the clearance. We'll also start doing some of the checklists that this one has.
Cold and dark checklist.
Just to make sure we remember everything. Oh yeah, it wants APU. Let's do that. Well, let's first do the IFR clearance. Atlantic 4003, ready to copy IFR clearance.
Atlantic 4003 is cleared to Echo Sierra Sierra Alpha as filed. Expect departure runway 26 right. Climb and maintain flight level 060. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure.
Yeah, we can do
Aalborg
that.
approach on 123.907. Squawk 6205.
We can do
Atlantic
FMS.
4003 is cleared to Echo Sierra Sierra Alpha.
6205 was the...
Climb and maintain flight level 060. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. All board approach on 123.907. Squawk 6205.
Okay, we have the right
Atlantic
one.
4003 readback.
We
code
can't just put it on.
QNH is 1016.
Don't want
Let
to
us know
forget
when you're ready
to
for
do
pushback.
that. And we can
QNH is
start the
101.6 Atlantic
APU.
4003.
Most of the boarding is being readied up. We're taking off from runway 26. So it's gonna be a... well, not the longest, but a bit of a... it's the closest runway actually. Seems like they have had another runway, but it's not really used. This one. And here maybe one as well. Probably not been used for a long, long time. It's a tiny airport, but maybe they could have parallel. Oh, they do actually have one. This 08. This is a tiny runway though. Okay, let's request a pushback once we have it ready as well. Atlantic 4003 ready for pushback.
Atlantic 4003 pushback approved.
We'll close the door so we have
Pushback
that.
approved Atlantic 4003.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and
Let me do
welcome
the
aboard flight
checklist again.
403.
Cold and dark
Our
checklist.
flight time will be
APU
roughly
on.
2
Emergency
hours.
lights.
Please
Armed.
note the cabin door is
Avionics.
now
Master.
closed.
2
We ask that you
on.
make sure that all
FMS.
devices are in airplane
Initialized.
mode and
Speeds.
your larger devices are now shut down and stowed. If you have not
Speeds.
already,
Oh
please
yeah.
fasten your seatbelt and verify it is low
I always
and
forget
tight
that you have
across
to do
your
it
lap.
manually with this one.
Seat backs must be in the full upright and locked
you may
position
turn
for
any
departure.
time
Cabin crew,
left
prepare doors for
time
departure, cross-check, verify straps, and stand by for all calls.
So we'll find the ERJ speed card. And then we'll do the takeoff one based on the weight. We know the outside temperatures. And we know that our weight is around, well, kind of 39. So we'll do, okay, let me just see. So the speeds are on here, speeds. So 116, 117, and 130.
Checked. Trims.
And the AP 159. Trims, we just need to make sure it's within the green band.
Set. Takeoff data.
Takeoff data, that's what you do up here, and the easiest way I found to do that is by opening this one, just so we have it. Ah, now I closed it again. And then we'll do that. Yeah, we can do a derated one. Let's do maybe 17.
Enter. End of checklist.
Okay, end of checklist. Now we can do the next one, engine. I do wonder now if my if the GSX one is gonna work. I've had troubles with that one not working as of late. I'm actually gonna check the settings, just make sure we have an audio. I wish there was like an option to test it. Okay, let's hope it works. Since we have the APU, I think what we need to do is the override. Yeah, I think that should work. So now we have the APU. This is looking fine. Let's keep it as that. Let's see if I can start or not. We're gonna do the red beacon as well, since we're gonna start the engine soon. So the one below. Okay, I'm hearing nothing from the GSX guy. So if he's talking to me, let me see, volume, sound mixer settings. Oh, it's muted.
Locking gear.
There we go. I don't know how that got muted, but now it's working again. That's nice. We'll do nose left, tail right. Atlantic 4003 ready for taxi. Let's just get that as well.
Atlantic 4003 taxi to runway 26 right.
Ready to start checklist.
Taxi to runway 26, right Atlantic 400.
Release parking brakes.
On. Red beacon. On. Fuel pump power. 2.
Let me just check.
Release parking
In
brakes.
doors. Close. End of checklist.
Okay, end of checklist. We are basically ready with the engine startup.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at wheel.
Okay, all engines are clear. We can start at will. So let's see. Will they start pushing us? That they are. Cross bleed is open. Let's see if this one works. It seems to be spooling up. And actually now I forgot to do.
Engine start checklist. Engine 1.
Direct your attention to the screen for an important safety demonstration.
Oh, we should start engine 1 first.
Ladies and
Tiny details.
Captain and crew, welcome aboard this flight. We hope you enjoy your flight and thank you for choosing Atlantic Sun Airways.
Okay,
We'd
there
like
we
to take
go.
a few minutes to acquaint you with the many safety features of this aircraft. Although you already may be familiar with many of these procedures, we'd appreciate your attention during this
Engine
important
no
safety
takeoff data.
briefing. Safety starts with your seatbelt.
Is that a
Whenever
bug?
the seatbelt light is turned on, your seatbelt must be fastened low and tight across your lap. Simply slide the middle end into the buckle and adjust by pulling on the loose end of the strap. Lift the buckle to release.
Okay, let's see if we
During
can
the flight,
start
the captain
engine
may turn
1.
off the fasten seatbelt sign.
It starts very fast, not sure how realistic that is, but oh well. I guess it does the trick.
In case of an emergency, it's important that you know how to exit the aircraft as quickly as possible. This aircraft has emergency exits, each marked with a red and white exit sign.
Waiting your
Now
confirmation
would be a good time to take a moment and locate the
Parking
two
brake
exits
set.
nearest you. Keeping in mind that your nearest exit may be behind you. All doors are equipped with evacuation glide rafts, which may be detached and used as flotation
On.
devices.
Engine 2. On.
If
End of
evacuation is
checklist.
necessary and cabin visibility is reduced, aisle path lighting will illuminate. A change in colour or exit sign will indicate you have reached an exit. Our cabin is
Okay,
pressurised
engine
at a
startup
comfortable
is
rate.
also
If we experience a sudden
ready.
increase in cabin pressure, an oxygen mask will appear from the
I'll do
compartment above
taxi
your
lights.
Reach up
Left is
and
clear,
pull the mask
right
towards
is
you
clear.
to start the flow of oxygen.
Anything else?
Place the mask over your nose and mouth and tighten the elastic band around your head by pulling on
Maybe
either
these
side
bleeds
and
can
breathe
go on.
normally. Although oxygen will flow through the mask, the plastic bag may not inflate. Remember to put your mask on before helping other passengers.
Yeah,
Life vests are
let me
located
see,
in
that
plastic
should be
bags
fine.
beneath or in some cases between each seat. Pull on the fabric strap to
Anything
release the
else?
neck. Pull it over your
Don't
head while
think
placing your arms
so.
through the side straps. Pull the strap firmly
So we
to
are
expose
basically
the
ready
back
to
panel
start
and
going
tighten by
towards
pulling out of the
Arlanda
yellow tab.
Airport.
Inflate just
I
prior
think
to
this
exiting
is this the
aircraft
first
by
time flying
pulling
to
the red
Arlanda
tab
with
or by
Atlantic Sun?
manually
Maybe I did
blowing
once
through the
before.
tubes and shoulder level.
I probably
The
haven't.
night locator can be
So my plan is to fly there,
illuminated by
then we
pulling
fly
on the mask tab.
Gothenburg, Hamburg, and then
Every member of our crew is
from
highly
Hamburg
trained
to
in
Amsterdam.
emergency procedures. For everyone's
So we're gonna
safety,
do a lot of
please follow all crew
ATR
member
flying.
instructions and observe posted and lighted information
Okay.
signs.
Did we get the
Please remember,
taxi?
smoking is not permitted on this
We
aircraft. All of our lavatories are equipped with
we did
smoke
get it, but
detection
only taxi to
systems
run
and
away,
federal
which makes
law
sense.
prohibits
There's really
tampering
no
with, disabling or destroying these systems.
weird taxi routes, so
The
it's
use
just
of personal
straight.
cellular telephones is permitted on
I'm
board
gonna
while the
add
aircraft door is
thrust.
open. When the aircraft door is closed, your phone
We're gonna
must be
take off
turned
with
off
flap
for the
9.
duration of the flight. Some personal electronic devices are
I'm gonna
prohibited
check
while
the
on board the
takeoff
aircraft.
config.
Once airborne, you will be advised when
Takeoff
the use of
okay.
approved devices such as
You need
personal
to add quite a
computers
bit of
and
thrust to get this one moving.
approved devices may be found in the magazine located in
Okay,
the
interesting.
seatback
There's
pocket
no.
in front of you.
Let me
We'll
just
be
check if the
taking off
hydraulics
momentarily,
are.
so please make sure that your tray tables, seat
Well, it
backs
looks
and
correct.
footrests are in their upright and stowed position, and that all carry-on
Let me
baggage
see
is
if we
properly
can.
stowed, either in the overhead bins or under the seat in front of you.
Gotta add a bit more
Remember
thrust.
that the over
Okay, there we go.
recommend that all passengers take a moment to review the illustrations provided in the safety information card, which you will find in the seat back pocket. If you have any questions about these important safety and evacuation
We shouldn't need
procedures,
this
please
much
ask the crew
thrust
member.
to move.
The airline appreciates the opportunity of showing you how committed we are to making this and every flight as safe and as comfortable as possible. Cabin is secure, ready for departure. Please note, the cabin lights will be dimmed for departure. If you require additional lighting, there is a reading light on the panel above you.
Maybe I can see it on one of the system pages actually. Do we have brake overheat? Yeah, well. Is that because the brakes are basically activated at the get-go? Let me see here. MFD, no, systems, hydraulics. Okay, I'm wondering if they are, nothing is happening when I'm moving the, maybe we have like a flight control. Can't see the yaws. Because basically I got new rudder pedals. My old ones broke, the wire inside them got cut. Can probably fix that at some point. But we'll do that at another time. So let me see if I do reverse on these. Yeah, look at that, now we're moving. Okay, so I just had to reverse. And the rudder is working as intended. Yeah, these are so much better than I had the CH Pro pedals. And let me be blunt, they are really good in the sense that you have a confined space. So the way, like in that way, they are really good because you can really get to use that confined space. And they do the trick. They are very nice also in the sense that if you have like a chair that's always moving, you don't get pushed back because they are not that strong, right? They're kind of easy to move. These ones, on the other hand, they are strong. You can change the spring as well for how strong you want them. So they are quite something different. And the ones I have now is the honeycomb Charlie pedals. A bit more expensive, I would say. I end up kind of mid-range, high range. I'm not really sure actually with pedals. I think around 300 USD, 300 euros. That's kind of, there's a lot of high-end options. Maybe not the highest end, so let's call it like the upper mid-range. And I would say these are definitely on that. Okay, so we used a bit of extra fuel just to get going. But at least we figured out enough, quickly enough I would say, to kind of solve it. We're gonna check fuel and have that, and we're gonna brake. We're gonna use this one as our, yeah, you can see here, braking with the right, braking with the left, braking with the right, braking with the left. So we're gonna use this runway 08 right and 26 left in order to get to runway 26 right. So we'll brake. And we'll soon get the clearance to take, or the handover. So I'm just gonna prepare certain items. We're also gonna do the before takeoff
checklist. Exterior lights on. Transponder 1 TARA. Flight controls checked. Radar.
Radar should go on.
Atlantic 4003 advise when ready for departure.
Okay, standby.
Wilco Atlantic
Checked. End of checklist.
4003.
These are not aligned. I need to fix this somehow, it's really weird. Atlantic 4003, ready for takeoff. Okay.
Atlantic 4003 winds are 257 at 9 knots. Runway 26 right cleared for takeoff. Squawk 6205. Maintain runway heading until above
God,
1000
I'm just
feet,
using the
then
rudder
turn
now.
right to heading 110 to intercept
I put it a bit
course.
more loosely, the spring, just to see how that
Runway
is, and
26 right cleared
it's
for
better
takeoff.
because my
Squawk
chair can't be locked in, so it's
6205.
always like
Maintain
being
runway
pushed back
heading
otherwise.
until above 1000 feet, then right to 110 Atlantic 4003.
Okay, so 1000 feet, then right to 110. And I think the best way to do this is actually by already having the heading set to 110. Okay, we're gonna turn right, so it's gonna be a big turn. Okay, we're gonna brake here. I'm just gonna put ourselves into position. We're gonna brake, and then we are gonna take off. We are ready, I think. So, Geronimo, let's hope this goes as it is meant to go. Okay. Yeah, looks like the N1 values are correct. We're taking off. Hope I didn't forget anything. I think TARA is on, etc. One thing we didn't put on was the nav. Okay, well, let's see. We already passed V1 and rotate, so that was a bit faster than I was expecting. Was the rate? Gears coming up. Let's see, flight directors, we should put those on in order to see. Okay, gear up. We're above 400. Flaps can go to 0. And we're still climbing. We're not gonna turn right just yet. Now we're 1000 feet. We can turn towards 1110. And you can see it's gonna be a long turn because it actually wants us to turn left. And let's watch out a bit so we don't
Atlantic 4003
turn too much.
Flight level 130 contact all board approach on
The volumetric clouds are really good like this. It's unfortunate you don't have different layers. Or you can have 2 layers, but that's it basically.
120.7 Atlantic 4003.
Okay, 130, so we can put up the ASL. 1. We can
approach Atlantic 4003.
point our nose down a bit.
Climbing to flight level 130.
130.
Atlantic 4003, good evening.
Vertical wise, we probably want to climb with around 2800 maybe for now.
Atlantic
Still
4003,
turning,
contact
starting to reach the cloud layer.
119.42.
Control on 119.4 to Atlantic 4003.
Okay, we're still not at 1110, so we need to turn a bit more. But it's flying very nicely. It's a nice plane to hand fly. This
Control
one.
Atlantic
Need to trim it though.
403 climbing to flight level 130.
Okay, let's see. We can trim it quite a bit
Atlantic
actually.
403, good evening.
Something like 1 up should be enough. Maybe 2. Okay. Now we need to climb a bit more because we don't want to overspeed. We can keep as is. We're closing in on 1110. And the question is, of course, yeah. So AAL is the one we want to get to. And I think at this point we can actually put on the nav 1 and make sure we are on the right. So the FMS, nav, and I'm actually gonna couple or connect the autopilot. So let's see how it wants us to fly this one. AK, will it recognize AAL?
And maintain flight level 210.
Or do we have to do a
Climb and
direct?
maintain flight level 210 Atlantic.
We can probably do a direct, I think, instead. 210. Okay, let's get it up a bit. So now we're flying to Detso, so that's good. So it did recognize AL, so we can turn, so we get a smooth kind of. So we don't have to do anything abrupt, right, to get onto the magenta line. And we're flying very nicely. The ground looks very good. And the clouds look good for being P3D and being specifically P3D volumetric. They are never good. Vertical mode is off, probably mainly because I changed the AS or the altitude. We're gonna put this up to 350. I think we can keep as is, but we should probably change to climb mode. Okay, so let's see, we're gonna add a bit more thrust. So we get up to the climb mode. And we're getting on the autopilot, so that's good, or on the LNAV. No VNAV in this one, we don't even have an auto throttle. So it's a bit more old school flying. Let's see, is it... Yeah, we're just trying to make our... yeah. But it's looking pretty okay. Let's climb a bit slower. There's no need to climb this fast, since we can get some speed, which we will be happy to get, since we want to get to our destination faster. So let's gain some speed. In terms of lights, that should all be off. We can also do the seat belt signs off. You can check if we have them off in pack X. We do not, but we will now. And yeah, it's looking pretty good. We're speeding up. It's about 50 minutes to go. It's gonna continue to get lower. It's only 300 nautical miles, and as we gain speed, that's gonna look better and better. Transition altitude, we should have put it to standard a long time ago, but now we have. And we're actually climbing a bit too slow. We're gonna get a question from Pilot TDC. They want you to climb with at least 300 feet per minute. Otherwise they'll call you up and say that you are doing it wrong. Yeah, weather-wise it's looking very good. We can add a bit more to a climb rate. We can go 1000. We're still gaining speed, so we'll do 1500. We're losing, we'll do 1400. About 43 minutes to go. Our max speed will be increasing since we're increasing in altitude, so even if we're not increasing in actual knots calculated, we're increasing in Mach speed. So 634, and I think this one is a bit over 0.7 if I'm not mistaken. Let's decrease this to 1000. See if we can gain a bit of speed that way, which we can. good. Most of the things are looking good. We'll just have to do, or actually since it is a very short flight, we could do our approach briefing already. And mainly that just means getting the right data for the landing. So this is, we're gonna land at ESSA, and I have that airport in my iPad. So I'm gonna...
Atlantic 400, 3 climb and maintain flight level 290.
And we're landing at 26.
Climb and maintain flight level 290 Atlantic 4003.
So 26 is, here we go. So 26, we have the inputs. Now we just need to make sure we have the right data. So landing, we can start with the weather. If this would just work. 210 at 8. 18 degrees Celsius. Elevation 125 sounds reasonable. I think it's around that. So we have that set up. In terms of the nav, it's 1110 or 110.10. Yeah, exactly. So let's see, now we have the right one on nav 1. We're just gonna do the same on both. So I have the nav 1 and nav 2. Course is gonna be around for 252. Okay, so course around 252. Goddamn bugs. There's so many bugs in the summer. It's like committing mass genocide on bugs. Even if you don't want to do it, it does happen. So, okay, 252. We have the course. You won't see it because we're on the wrong setting page, but basically if we would change the coupled one, we will be able to see that we're on the right. You can change here, right? So let's keep on LNAV so we don't mess it up. We're still climbing, it's looking good. We have about 36 minutes to go, 270 nautical miles. So it's looking good.
Atlantic
I'm gonna go
400, 3 contact
and get some
development
water,
on
but I'll probably be back just to check in, and then I'll be back for the approach. So
Control on
see you soon enough, and I'm gonna leave you with this view because it's easier for me as well to kind of spot if we're over speeding or not. So be right back.
Control Atlantic 400, 3 climbing to flight level 290.
Atlantic 4003, good evening.
Delta 130 with you, level 350. Delta 136, that's fine. Delta 14 passing flight level 370, flight level 350. Delta 14, descent level 60. Flight level 320, Delta 14. Condor 867, call 16435. Bye-bye. 165, 5 to Echo Zulu, or you looking for higher? No, it's fine for us, Alpha and 5 to Echo Zulu. With 6 Tango Papa, can I see 5 immediately? Contract 1255, good morning, identified, clear double 370. Okay, we climb flight level 370, flight number 55. Aeronautic 13 Whiskey, Quebec, proceed to present meeting. Contract 1255, airport 216.
Atlantic 4003, climb and maintain flight level 350.
Climb and maintain flight level 350.
Atlantic 4003, expect the ELTO2 hotel arrival with the LTOC transition with vectors for the ILS approach to runway 26 at Arlanda Airport.
Expect the ELTO2 hotel arrival with the LTOC transition with vectors for the ILS approach to runway 26 Atlantic 4003.
Atlantic 4003, maintain heading 050 vectors to the ILS approach for runway 26 at Arlanda Airport. Descend and maintain 3,200 feet. Contact Stockholm approach on 126.65.
Maintain heading 050 vectors to the ILS approach for runway 26 descend and maintain 3,200 feet approach on 126.65 Atlantic 4003. Approach Atlantic 400, 3 level at flight level 335.
Atlantic 4003, good evening. Atlantic 4003, turn right to heading 055.
Heading 055 Atlantic 4003.
Atlantic 4003, turn right to heading 060.
Heading 060 Atlantic 4003.
In a few moments, we'll be starting our in-flight service. We'll be serving complimentary drinks and snacks. Please look in your seat back for a list of complimentary drinks. Premium drinks are available for a small charge. If you wish to make an additional purchase, we only accept credit cards.
Atlantic 4003, turn right to heading 065.
Heading 065 Atlantic 4003.
Atlantic 4003, turn right to heading 075.
Heading 075 Atlantic 4003.
4003, turn right to heading 080.
Heading 080 Atlantic 4003.
Hi guys. Okay, let's see. We have been getting vectors already. That's a bit odd.
We have the problem with the lab, and we like to enter the hole.
Oh.
When convenient for you, the position is like down.
Now we're overspeeding as well. Let's try to calm this one. I think it's because we're descending for some reason. We shouldn't be on climb anymore, we should be on cruise. But okay, we want to start descending to 3,200. So we can put in the vertical and do 2,000 feet per minute. And we want to get down to 3,200. As you can see, it's a very clear day, looking very nice. We are flying, I'm trying to figure out where we are. We're north of Jönköping, north of Gränna, so we're probably flying quite close to, is it Eskilstuna maybe? I know my Swedish geography too bad, but let's have a look. No, actually it is I think it's Örebro actually, that's up there. Okay, okay, a bit further than I thought it would be. But that makes sense. I live around Stockholm, right? So been to Örebro a couple of times. But yeah, the town there must be. That's a good question. Something like Hallsberg maybe? Oslo, something like that. Looks very good. Still waiting for FS Scenery to release their version 2s for this, so I'm gonna definitely download those. They have really nice photo reel for P3D, really transforms the sim. Okay, let's see, we are still descending, but it's looking good, and we are flying around 4.8. I don't know why they gave us vectors
Atlantic
already.
4003, turn right to heading 085.
Heading 085 Atlantic 4003.
Yeah, it really doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna continue flying this star. I think what might have happened is I had to pause the sim, so maybe they have kind of pushed on forward. with the with the flight in terms of pilot JDC. I'm not sure how it works, the system. I assumed it always kind of took the inputs from the sim itself, but maybe it has like a timer that it's going off somehow. Okay, but we are descending and it's looking pretty decent. I'm gonna add a bit of speed. We don't need to fly too slow. It was just I who got a bit spooked by the overspeed warning. Still have over 100 nautical miles to go. In terms of news, flight sim news, I haven't found anything interesting as of late. I guess it's like the summer, right? It's always a bit calmer. So there'll probably be more releases come fall. But let's see. I'm gonna check if Avsim has. They always have some obscure news. Let's see. P3D, explain. Microsoft Flight Simulator. So the CSS 737-500 was released. Let's see what they think of it. Not too much interesting. Not too much, just talking about the fact that you can subscribe to the plane. I find that so weird. I really hope we don't go to subscription models for planes. That would be awful. It's very expensive to buy the full one though. It's crazy expensive. I think it's something like 150 USD. It's like double PMDG for Microsoft Flight Sim. So let's see how that ESSA one will ultimately, well, kind of where it will end up. Will it be a success or not?
That is correct.
But yeah, nothing interesting for P3D. Some new airports were released, but nothing too fancy. Let me see what else.
At 6502, contact director 19, response 80, With the one Delta Echo, proceed map.
Nothing interesting. Yeah, just trying to read some of these threads. Some discussion again about sticking with P3D.
Up to 910, descent flight level 90. Descending flight level 90, lot 3910.
mostly people warning about staying away from Windows 11 with the latest versions. It's basically 2.4H2, that's the one you want to stay away from, the Windows 11 for some of the add-ons for P3D. I know, because I tried to update it and I couldn't get my ESSA buses to work. I think they work in 5.3 though, so it's a bit weird. But yeah, nothing too interesting here on X-Plane. Very calm. So no interesting info from me this time. We're just continuing to descend here. It's not long left now. We are around 95 nautical miles, so still about 15 minutes, so it's still a bit of a hike. Not looking very good. I think we're actually now flying. We've flown past Örebro. We're coming up on Västerås, I think. Yeah, this is definitely Västerås. Västerås is a very nice city. It's here. They have this very nice place here by the water steam hotel. It's a very nice hotel. Very cool, kind of interior wise. Not sure what they're building around here, but it's very nice. They also have, I think, a DC. Yeah, this is the one, the DC-3. So that's pretty cool. That's parked there. I think they also have a pilot school, OSM Academy somewhere down here. And then they have a minor airport as well over here. I think this is where general aviation. Yeah. So we're now flying just... Oh, and now we're again over speeding. It's a very... It's very kind of hard to keep track of that speed. Need to pay attention. One way to do this course is with the descent rate, right? Okay, we want to check baro setting. What we actually want to do is check what the baro setting is going to be at. So 1012. Okay, let's see. We're gonna soon want to slow down to 250, but I just wanted to show you the airport here. It looks pretty good. I have an add-on for it. I don't think it's fully aligned with the airport, but almost. I also have the smaller one over here, but you can see that one is definitely not aligned with the photoreal beneath it, so that's a bit annoying. Okay, we're still slowly coming in here. Just gonna fly LTOC and then in for runway 26. It's a good runway in the sense that you kind of come straight into the main terminal area, the gates. We're just gonna pick one of the first ones here. This is relatively new pictures, 2025. So I'm trying to see if there's any differences. Not sure this area exists in the Orbex ESSA. Most things are kind of the same. This is a new area. This doesn't exist in Orbex. So that's pretty dope. Anything else that... There's the Jumbo Jet. Yeah, so there's been some updates that you would of course wish for an updated version for P3D, but that's probably not gonna happen.
Atlantic 4003, turn right to heading 090.
Yeah, we're gonna turn right very shortly. So weird with the vectoring though. No clue what happened there. We are descending a bit too fast, it seems, so I'm actually gonna stop our descent rate a bit. This is what happens when you don't pay attention. So not the best. Let's stop it quite a bit, 500. We don't want to descend too much. We still have ways to go before we reach the airport. We're still talking 50 nautical miles, so we're close, but not that close. And we're now flying kind of west of Uppsala in Sweden, so here you have Uppsala, and we're gonna come in here, flying right above. Trying to think which part is this. Is this Gottsunda maybe? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's southern Gottsunda. So yeah, we'll fly here and then come in from the east to runway 26. So getting there slow and steady. Oh, look at that. Looks like some sort of cloud or something that's been missed. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, we're flying way too slow. Time to hit that throttle. Maybe not too much either. Wanna balance it, but yeah, it's not long to go. At 913 we should be higher. We should be at 9,000 and we're at 8,000, so we probably wanna slow down our descent even further. And we're below 10,000, so that means also our landing light should go on. Yeah, a lot of small mistakes, unfortunately, which is very annoying. Okay, let's see. Oh, Azerbaijan and Armenia has entered into a peace treaty. That's always good news. I guess the Azerbaijani offensive solved the kind of, what would you call it, contested area. Okay, let's have a look. Speed-wise looking good. We're popping up on 914, or we should still be at... Oh, sorry, that's 9,000, yeah, so that's 193. And then we should be at 7,000 on the next one, 915. I'll add a bit of thrust. And we're now flying over Uppsala. So, I mean, it looks pretty good as a city. It definitely doesn't look like Uppsala. I've lived here, so I would know. But it is. I mean, you have some of the. You can see the train. I think that's the train tracks. Yeah, it must be. Yeah, that must be the train tracks, because that's the motorway, and then you have the motorway next to a train track. I've driven on this road multiple times. You can't, for example, see the church, etc. that should be here, or the university. So there's a lot of there's basically none of the none of the landmarks. I should have a look if there's any landmark pack that you can use on photoreal. Would be cool to see some of those when you're flying, specifically if you're doing VFR flights or in Sweden. Because I could imagine doing that. It's looking pretty okay. You can see there's some trees missing, unfortunately, so it wouldn't be as nice as flying through Earth. But where the photoreal is working, it's really good, and I guess with version 2 it's gonna look much better. And there we have a plane landing, so that's cool. So that's probably, try to think, one right and one left. So we're gonna fly the northern route, and I'm just gonna check now if we can. Maybe we can just do a direct, since we are not getting this vectoring working as intended today, for better or worse. We want to get down to, so at 501 we want to be down at 5,000, so we can descend a bit faster again. I'll do 1,200, I think should be good enough. We got a message now, flight path angle too steep. Should be okay, I think, but let's see. We want to get down to 2,500. So we still need to descend quite a bit, and that's runway 26. So it looks pretty good, like here. It's a late night flight. But since it's still summer, right, the sun isn't going down until very late, so we should be able to get down before it becomes night, which is good because the night lighting on this aircraft is awful. It was a bit better though than you see, it's basically swapping out the texture. So let's just swap it out to help. Okay, the overhead one isn't working, at least it's not a separate one. Okay, there's no separate one down here. Nope. Okay, so in terms of landing, is there anything else? I mean, technically we would have, I guess, the speeds. But we can just check that quickly on the ERJ. So we have used quite a bit of our fuel. We're at around 3,000 now, so we've used about 2,000. So let's say we're down at around 37. So our landing with flap 45, let's do flap 45, is around 1,221. The VREF 121, yeah. Let's see if we can put it in here. We do have some time still. I'm gonna slow down though quite a bit now. So we'll do system, not takeoff, MFD, I think the speeds. So V1 should be the VFS. That's gonna be 155. The VR should be 121. The V2 should be 147 and then 131. 147 and 13. Oh, sorry, there we go, 131. Okay, and we can now change the coupling. We can also go to nav. So we should now have the ILS.
Return to heading 090.
And let me see. Yeah, we are gonna miss that one because I didn't have it on. That was dumb of me. Luckily we can make this up. It's a bit hard sometimes when you have to change the kind of source. Okay, let's see what they're gonna tell us. Heading for... We're just gonna ignore and say that we're ready to land. Atlantic 4003 established on final.
Atlantic 4003, this is Stockholm approach on 126.65. Sorry, I can't handle that request.
Yeah, I'm not surprised you can't handle it. It's a bit early for that.
Atlantic 4003, expedite turn to heading 090.
I'm gonna remove the autopilot, and we're gonna try to do this. Okay, let's see. We're gonna try to do this the manual way. It's not gonna be the most clean landing I've ever done, but we're gonna get down. Looks like there's not that much traffic, so that's a good sign. I'm gonna use the speed brakes a bit just to slow us down. Then we can trade some of the low speed for lower altitude. Okay, we have the localizer. When it's approach we want to do, right? Yeah. Sorry. Since I broke my rudder pedals, I was a bit out. Since I couldn't fly. You really get when you have more stuff, you really get constrained. Even though I could technically use the joystick as a rudder, but it's just not the same, right? Okay, so we're a bit below. So yeah, some misses here, but I think the rest is kind of, you know, we have the flaps, we have the throttles. We're seeing a bit of a, and it's actually my first landing with the new rudder, but yeah, we're seeing a bit of a crosswind, I think. So let's, yeah, as you can see, it's not really straight in. So I'm gonna slow down again. So we might have to crab a bit to the right. It's really hard to see. I should never fly this one during late night flights, unfortunately, since it doesn't have the dynamic lighting. Okay, well, it's looking okay. Nevertheless, that's good news. Okay, let's see. Still going a bit too slow, I would say. I'm gonna add a bit of thrust. Profile's looking okay, a bit high. Okay, gonna try to use that rudder, see how it feels. Yeah, it feels very nice. Okay, let's see, 100. Coming in a bit hard, or a bit fast maybe rather. Yeah, it's gonna be a long landing. Okay, let's see if we can maintain center line. Okay, looking good. Whew. Not the best one, but neither the worst one. It's a hard plane to land, this one. I always feel like I'm coming in a bit off. We're just gonna, I think usually you would turn at this one, at least when planes were coming in. Last time I was at Arlanda Airport, they were coming in through that what do we call it, off ramp or. Okay, yeah, we don't need the thrust reversers.
Atlantic 4003, turn left to heading 095.
Yeah, we have landed already, so I'm gonna
Heading
I'm gonna close that one.
The local time is 8:35 p.m. and it's currently
Okay.
about 6 degrees Celsius.
Landing lights off, strobe off. We don't need to ask for anything since we closed Pilot ADC. I do that quite a bit of extra planes. Thought it would be fun. So I have it on like 100%. So that's why we can see, I think, that A330 there. 300 LN RKM. Yeah, look at that, looking beautiful. A really nice livery. We're just gonna turn here and park at the first one. So yeah, another fun flight with Atlantic Sun Airways. Not maybe the best one in terms of the approach, And in terms of getting pilot ADC, I mean, that's why you should never pause. You usually try to avoid pausing. Sometimes you have something to do and you know you won't be able to get back, and then you'll be high on approach. It's just going to be miserable. Let's have this bus go before us. Yeah, we're just going to quickly pause. They have dynamic lightning. I'm trying to think if this is included with the airport, or if I've added some add-on for it. I'm not sure, but it looks very good, right? One of the great features compared to FSX, etc., the older P3Ds. And now when I have the PBR on the outside, it does shine up the aircraft very nicely. Since I added PBR for this aircraft for the exterior. Okay, so we're just gonna park here. It's not gonna be our fanciest or best parking, but it will do the trick. I don't think have I ever seen an ERJ at this airport? Not sure actually. It's not very common up here in Sweden. SAS flies the CRJs, then Bombardiers, and then the Embraers, right? And then you see the turboprops, the ATRs. So I think we have the APU, and in order to not close down everything, let's keep it that way, I think, and then we'll shut the engines. Oh wait, in order to shut it you need to go to idle and then stop. And then I think you need to open one of the doors. I think it's mainly for the ESSA car system. So our landing rate was 165, it's good. We should have though landed a bit earlier. We're on the deboarding, we can file the flight report. So I'm gonna file it. Great flight. And then exclamation mark, and then send flight report. Application will now prepare for a new flight. Okay, and now we're at Arlanda. So for next one with Atlantic Sun, we're gonna fly to Gothenburg and then down to Hamburg with the ATR by Coronado. So that's gonna be fun. For things left to do, I think the only one we have is to do the seatbelt signs off, and then we'll just have a look at Pack X157. 93%, that's pretty okay. So what we'll do, we'll close the door and we'll just quickly watch the replay. And we can see there's a Eurowing aircraft here and Norwegian. I think some of these are statics. Question I have though is, oh, yeah, we definitely didn't want to do that. It's one of the problems with going to the, what's it called? The specific mode. It can work okay, but sometimes it doesn't. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna just do the replay then. Okay, so we can see the landing. We were a bit off here at the beginning. Slew mode. That's the name. Now I remember it's slew mode. I rarely use it anymore. My thinking was to use it to check how many planes were at the airport, but oh well. No can do. P3D looks really good in dusk and dawn conditions. I don't think it's far off. I think X-Plane has really nailed it. But I think P3D is really nice. Just the sky, etc. It's very pretty. Not sure if it's the most realistic, but it looks nice. So yeah, we're a bit low on the approach. It's a fun bird to fly, this one, but it's not as automated, right? So you have to be a bit cautious of how to fly it. And we're gonna quickly check our hub operations, so I have 1.1 more hours, then I'll be over 40 hours. I still have some ways to go, and the next one, okay, that will be the A319, A320, A321. So there will be some options. The question is just, what will I be able to fly? Potentially the FS labs in P3D. So I have the A319, but depends on if the livery is from the old A319 or the newer one for FS labs. The A320 is there as well. Same question. So maybe, maybe not. A321. Well, there we have the Tolis one, so at least we'll be able to fly the A321 in X-plane. So that's nice. Okay, let's see now. I think the landing was okay. We're a bit off. It's very hard to land this aircraft to kind of get it smooth. I don't know what they've done. I'm not sure if the flight model is good or if I'm just bad at landing. But yeah, very hard. And what else do they have? They have the PMDG, but for FSX for the 737-800. They have the SIBO though, so I guess technically I could fly the SIBO. The 757, nothing that I can use. CRJ900, nothing that I can use. So it's gonna be the FS Labs or the PMDG or the Tolis. So yeah, a bit boring in terms of their livery. They have better, I think, availability on the higher up ones. For example, A340, they have the Tolis, and then for the 747 they have the PMDG. I think for all the, or for most the 747s, and then the 767, that's only flight factor. Yeah. So in that sense, I can, I guess. Oh, let's see. Seems like we bugged out the. I was just thinking we could just put ourselves back at the gate.
You need to set parking brakes to request ground services.
Ah, goddamn. Goddamn.
Too low, flaps.
We're just gonna. This is not going our way. We'll end here in the forest. But thank you for watching this short clip. Hopefully you enjoyed it. You'll see our plane spinning here in the end. A bit of a after-flight dance. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. Any requests, etc. Or any suggestions for virtual airlines to fly for. I'm always interested. But otherwise, thank you for watching, and until next time, bye bye.